Hey everyone, Seth at Hub City Vintage, and for this video, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to dig into this particular vintage Seiko rarity for only the second time in our history. We've been able to offer many variations of the Bell-Matic over the years, and it's worth noting that one could have a pretty impressive and comprehensive watch collection with just Bell-Matics alone. This category has everything, from sport to casual, tool and dress, monochromatic to entire palettes of color, and ranges in size from about 37 millimeters up to the UFO bell at a massive 42 millimeters. And like with any great collection of vintage watches, there are a few rare and even extremely rare references that can require patience and persistence to add to your own rotation. We're getting up close and personal with the bell that holds the number 2 spot on the list of top 5 rarest bells today, but first, a little history on Seiko's mechanical alarm wristwatch. Seiko didn't invent the wrist-borne alarm. In fact, the Vulcan cricket of U.S. presidential fame had been around for a couple of decades by the time the Bell-Matic hit the market in late 1966. However, always the innovator, Seiko is credited with constructing the first self-winding mechanical alarm with a central rotor, and of course, it utilizes the magic or bidirectional pawl lever for very efficient winding. While the crown isn't capable of manually winding the mainspring, it does, however, wind the alarm spring. 8 or so rotations of the crown fully loads the alarm, and pulling the crown into the second position allows you to position the alarm cursor at the desired sounding time by rotating it counterclockwise. The alarm can only be set to sound within a 12-hour window, and setting the time is pretty standard with the crown in the third position. At 2 o'clock on the case is a toggle pusher that works as an on-off switch for the alarm, but in true Seiko feature-packed fashion, a push-button date quickset is also operated by the alarm toggle. The day can only be semi-quickset. The Bell-Matic was in production for over a decade, finally coming to an end in 1978, but I've heard mention that some casebacks have surfaced with 1979 serial numbers. The original 4006A movements were fitted with 27 jewels, and the JDM, those sold to the Japanese domestic market variants of the Bell-Matic, continued to house the 27 jewel version till about 1974. In the US market at that time, a 27 jewel movement was considered to be a luxury watch, and so was import taxed at a much higher rate than watches with 21 or lower jewel counts. Seiko developed a very short-lived 21 jewel variant that was almost immediately replaced by what became the standard 17 jewel export version. That short-lived 21 is what I have here today. In addition to being an extremely rare find, the 21 might just be everything the 17 jewel isn't without the fluff of the 27. It turns out the 4 extra jewels in the 21 are pretty crucial when it comes to performance, as they include the third wheel and sweep wheel positions on the train wheel bridge, as well as the upper arbors of the alarm and mainspring. The 6 extra jewels on the 27 are actually embedded in the calendar plate, where they perhaps provide a smoother ride for the calendar. The calendar plate for the 21 and 17 just have pivot holes fitted into those slots for support and a flat surface on which the calendar can travel. What's most interesting is that the 21 calendar plate has been given a gilt finish that's not found on either of the other versions. The 21 truly is the best of both worlds, and this 4006 7019 from October of 1967 is about as nice an example as you're likely to ever see. The flawless dial is a silver sunburst beneath a glossy lacquer finish that's developed a subtle uniform patina with copper undertones. Applied baguettes striped in black mark the hours, and small luminous plots dot the recessed alarm track. Framing it is a satin silver cursor ring with a black indicator. And the hands are polished and tapered batons with original luminous intact, and along with the hour markers have developed an even khaki patina. The case features elements of Tanaka's Grammar of Design architecture, featuring flat planes and polished surfaces that give it an almost faceted appearance. The bell has a bright metallic tone that will certainly grab your attention, and it's the only one we've ever seen on the original 9-link Beads of Rice bracelet. I hope you enjoy to look at and have a better understanding of this scarce bell and what makes it so special, and maybe you'll even begin the difficult hunt for one of your own. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button below, or even better, subscribe to our channel. You can also join our Patreon, where $7 a month gets you access to exclusive content, comprehensive rundowns of all of our upcoming inventory, and more. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.